Valhalla, the most unique bartending simulator game out there, as it forces the player to deal with the most challenging task working in this job could face, serving alcohol and not wanting to strangle drunkards. And yet, this visual novel is considered by those who played it an underrated gem. I did not understand why people love this title so much, but I was curious in what the appeal was. Sure, making these sophisticated, elaborate drinks is cool, but the aftermath of people getting wasted I saw as a disaster waiting to happen. I don't understand why people do it in the first place. So I thought this was the perfect game for me to play, to really get that experience of what it's like, as someone who does not like drinking, does not like drunk people, and as someone who's gone on record in real life for violently throwing up late at night outside of a Dunkin' Donuts. Here's my thoughts on Valhalla, the Cyberpunk Bartending Simulator, where dystopian vibes meets alcoholic therapy. Question mark? In this futuristic world full of private corporations, corrupted police officers, and biologically modified mavericks, there exists a tiny dive bar tucked away in a small corner. From private detectives to sex workers to assassins to pop stars, all are welcome to sit down and relax at Valhalla. And the person behind the counter making it all happen is Jill Stingray, here to mix drinks and change lives. Jill is such a cool person. No matter what potentially dubious person walks in, this average human woman faces them head on, and on occasion, cracking a smile at the idea of serving bad touches. Every day, customers will come in and it is your responsibility as Jill to serve them. There's quite a lot of mixed drinks on the menu, with their own unique combinations that needs fulfilling. What's really neat is that some of these mixtures are actually variations of existing drinks, and some others have their own in-universe lore for it. Through combining different alcohol bases, you can prepare them any drink a customer requests, or more interestingly, any drink you think they might prefer instead. Because if someone's being an ass, I have no remorse for loading up their optional Karma Trine sweet drink with extra alcohol. We fully load those up here. In fact, I encourage you to do so too. Depending on the cocktail as well as how much alcohol you add to it, conversations between Jill and the customers can drastically change. A couple of extra shots might get someone to open up more, or for the sake of Jill's sanity, not adding any alcohol might prevent a future headache later down the line. It's up to you. Either way, it's through providing great service that you can expect them to become frequent regulars and make enough to pay rent. This small bar brings in a bunch of interesting people. Some are fun to hang out with. Alma, Dorothy, Say, and Stella are total gal pals. Others are strange but tolerable. Mr. Rough Around the Edges, Biker Mario, and quite literally a talking brain aren't too terrible. And then there are those who I hoped never come back. Jill does her job very well. Considering the people that show up here, I don't think I would survive. Valhalla gives me the realest sense of customer service. Whenever someone would enter the door, I would either have the most chill time of my life, or I would be suiting up my most professional looking smile, hoping for a calm day. It's those latter elements that just make me think, why would you even want to do this job? Dealing with unpredictable, unreasonable people, even before the drinking. And yet, it's those small few that Jill does mesh with that makes it more than worth it. The biggest appeal with Valhalla is that the game is about people. You play this game for the regulars and their life stories. Dorothy, an autonomous humanoid sex worker, frequently visits the bar and is very open in sharing some of her freaky roleplay adventures and the eccentric people she meets. Ilgrim may be ill-tempered and moody, but serving sweet drinks instead of his requests, and he'll go into his complicated past with his ex-wife and daughter. And my favorite character, Alma, is a playful, teasing hacker extraordinaire who takes her family affairs and personal responsibility very seriously. Every day is always a new installment to learning more about the people you meet, a new chapter in their ongoing life story that they're willing to share with you, and I found myself easily invested. The dialogue also feels really natural too. Very casual vibes. After reading Valhalla, I finally understand why girls' night outs are so important. It also helps that Dana is quite literally the best boss ever. For how mysterious the woman is, she's got some impressive lore as, quote, the undefeated of the West, doubling as both the owner and the bouncer. But badass maverick background aside, she genuinely cares for Jill and Gillian. She's more than willing to make sure they are taken care of, not just in bonuses. I say that because in this dystopian futuristic world they live in, life can wear all sorts of people down. In this world setting, plenty of customers have cybernetic enhancements, some are fully automated humanoid robots, and some aren't even human. What's amusing is that it's through these characters that you can get a glimpse of of the world of Glitch City, everything from the local culture to the thriving rumors to even the socio-political environment, all through small details and remarks from the people that live in it day to day. Between online newspapers, personal blogs, and even this Valhalla's version of 4chan, there's always some weird conspiracy going on. But the most standout observations comes from the regulars themselves, the people who's living in the city that you meet face to face. Kiramiki is an up-and-coming humanoid idol who strives to entertain her fans and release their stress. Sei, a very compassionate and kind individual, reveals what it's like to work for the White Knights, an authoritarian police force, and her motivations for joining. Stella, despite being raised in a rich environment, was born diagnosed with nanomachine rejection, a life-altering disease that causes the body to react violently to nanomachines living in them. Everyone has their own personal situations that they're working through, and it's through a couple of drinks that makes even the most stoic individuals more comfortable in opening up to others. Jill is no exception to this. Our cool, collected bartender isn't as fearless as you might expect her to be. Really, it's her story on why she became a bartender in the first place that drives the game to its most meaningful conclusion. It's strange. For a game made in 2016, playing this 10 years later, the vibes, environment, and messages have been very relatable. The game kind of feels timeless even. Of course, you can play this game whenever, but I heavily recommend playing this game if you're much older. Some characters and their backstories will hit you unexpectedly hard, where between all of the problems, whether it's work, family, or the world going against you, through the support of friends and family, the game reassures you that she'll make it through. Just make sure to curb your impulsive spending so you pay rent on time, unlike me who got the bad ending on my first run. Now, if you're interested in another similar visual novel like this, you want to check out this video out over here, or this video over here for a general visual novel recommendation. I would like to thank everyone on Patreon for supporting me in covering visual novels. You guys are fantastic, and if you would like to be a part of that effort, please consider subscribing. And finally, always remember, heavy drinking is okay as long as you're with friends and family, I think.